Your friend, my friend, and everyone's Mr. Ryan Brohern.
Fellas, Ryan, what's happening?
What's up, dude?
Nothing, man. Just soaking up these last few weeks of the offseason, and then it's time to go.
Yeah, dude, you've had one hell of an offseason for so many ways. A lot of personal congratulations. I happy for you for a lot of different reasons. Family reasons, which is amazing. You got paid. You got paid, dude. Congrats.
Yeah.
Walk me through the how would you rank this offseason for you?
Oh, dude, it's been 10 out of 10. It's been as good as it could be. I mean, I'm excited where I'm going. I got a brand new, fresh baby. So it's, it comes with its challenges, but it's been beautiful, man. We've had a blast. So it's flown by, honestly. I feel like the season just ended and here we are. It's middle of January, but it's been great, man. And you guys have been killing it too. Seems like your show's really taken off. So happy for you as well.
Hey, thanks, man. I like to give you. I can't give you all the credit, but I could probably give you like 10% of the credit.
That's far too much credit. I probably like 0.01%.
You know who gets absolute no credit? Gavin Sheets.
That
kid.
He deserves less credit than me. That's for sure. We can agree on that.
So he's a good kid. Real quickly, he's a good kid. How was that experience? Did he treat you okay out in San Diego? I told him, I know what guy you are. You're getting a high character. You're going to grind at the dish. Did Gavin treat you okay? Because if he didn't, I will pick up my phone right now and I will call him.
As much as it pains me to say it, he did. He treated me great. I have no complaints about Gavin. We were locker mates, buddies, man. I know it was only 2 months, but I felt like I've known him forever just because that's the kind of guy he is. We had a great time for those last 2 months, man. What a talent. I don't want to glaze him too much, but he's a good golfer. He's a good ping pong player. He's a good baseball player and all around good guy. So shout out B2 Gavin Sheets, my guy.
Yeah, Derry Bonds out there, dude. I got one of the shirts.
Derry Bonds, yep.
Very Bonds.
Just
who's better?
Yellow.
Oh, at what?
At golf.
Not me. Dude, he's legit. He's good. God, it just hurts to say it, but it's like
it really does piss you off. So I grew up with him with all this,
it's true,
right?
Bro. He also he's also a country club kid. He grew up in playing golf. He grew up playing private golf memberships. I was grinding at the Muni down the street with a pair of hand-me-down clubs, and just a different upbringing for sure. He probably had a locker. He probably had a lab putter, custom shaft starting at about 8 years old. So I don't want to, it's not like it was like he did it on his own. He had some help.
Yeah, he did. He honestly probably, if he wanted to choose between golf and baseball and like which one he wanted to pursue, I think he chose right. But if he ever tells you that he's a big hooper, or that if there's a difference, tell him I will shut that shit down real quick. But he's a good athlete. He's a good kid. He's worked hard.
He's a good hooper. Is he a good hooper, or is he just?
You know what he does? Hold on.
I can see him being a good rebounder. I don't see him with like any touch or finesse.
You're exactly right with that. You know what he does? This is what we do. We get right into. Let me see if I back up the camera here real quickly. He gets right here in the corner, right? So all he's doing is, hey, just throw me the ball. He can shoot a little bit. He can shoot, but he's got to be a stationary shooter. Just got to hit him perfectly, and he can't move.
All right.
But I digress. Hey, you gotta. Hey, Tim, appreciate you, man. Dude, I wasn't lying that people loved you.
Yeah,
people loved you.
Man, I felt the love, especially when I got traded there. It was pretty special. That what an honor to play, in front of the Birdland for a few years. Such a great fan base. Great baseball city. I know you love the Ravens, and I know it's a football town as well, but something was really special brewing in 23, 24 when the stadium was full and people really got behind the O's. Nothing like the O chant, in a playoff game at the national anthem. There's just nothing like it.
That it is special. It is a special place, and I know, like through this whole business, man. Like we talked about this before. Um, it's people recognize, especially in Baltimore, and I'd say around the league, but Baltimore fans specifically, they recognize guys that are just doing the dirty work, putting their head down and grinding, going to work, and like that's what you had to do. And I talked to a lot of people about seeing you get the bag. You know, if we're going to go back 3 years ago, you didn't know what the hell your baseball career was going to be. I mean,
Right.
you were talking about going to be a what was it, a KPB All Star, whatever it was.
Yeah, NPB, KBO, somewhere overseas.
Yeah, but like here you are. You latch on, you wait your turn, you keep grinding. Whammy, you're an all-star, not that you're in Baltimore that anyone wanted, but then you're able to accomplish the professional goal to keep playing, and then you sign something that's life-changing for you, dude. So I'm rooting for the Pirates because of you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Do not get in a food debate about what food's better between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Don't do that.
It's got to be. I mean, you're comparing apples to oranges, right? It's a different type of thing.
Very different, very different. But so Patrick Queen, when he left from the Ravens to the Steelers, I guess 2 years ago now, in one of his first interviews, he was like, "Yeah, and like the food in Pittsburgh's so much better." And everyone was like it was out of nowhere. Like it wasn't prompted. Like, "Hey, what's food's better?"
Yeah.
Just middle of the interview, just like, "Yeah, and the food's better in Pittsburgh."
Shots fired.
Yeah. So every time we have someone who's been in both, we have to ask. So.
Well, I'll let you know here in like 2 months.
Yeah, give a review. Like, we'll come there and try some food. I love food. I don't want to. It was like a unwarranted shot. It was like, oh yeah, and the food's just better. It's like I'm excited about the Steelers, this organization. Oh, and the food's way better. And we're like,
oh man. Well, ouch. I mean, that kind of excites me a little bit. I won't lie. I think I need to find out for myself.
Yeah, you will. I heard in the presser. I mean, I care about what you said. I know why you chose Pittsburgh. One, it's a couple things, right? Opportunity, what you believe and where the team's going. Money doesn't hurt either, dude. That's also nice. So the trio of it, I'm excited for the Pittsburgh opportunity. I think that I know you boys have some pitching.
Yep.
That's pretty damn good. What else? I mean, throughout this whole factor of it, what else are you looking forward to going into Pittsburgh that maybe you weren't aware of or that you're still excited to see?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you talk about the city of Baltimore and the fans. I think that there are some similarities in my mind. It seems like two blue-collar, great cities, great sports teams, people that are really, get behind their teams. And, you nailed it with the team. It's like I'm looking at the roster in Pittsburgh. I'm like, man, this team is not far off. They can pitch. They have, names that are legit in the lineup, good hitters. They've made some trades. I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the offseason, but it's a front office that's hungry to make the team better. Yeah, money doesn't hurt, but I had some options. It was, I had a few options, and things seemed like a great situation for me in Pittsburgh. And I can kind of relate to the city a little bit. I consider myself I guess I play baseball for a living, but I'm in a baseball sense, I would consider myself a blue collar baseball player. You watch me play for a few years. I like to do the dirty work. I'm going to hustle. I'm going to grind it out. It might not always be pretty, but I'm going to do whatever I can to get the job done. And that kind of, in my mind, fit the mold and fit the demeanor of the city. As Baltimore was. And, I think maybe that had something to do with why the fans embraced me. But, I can't, state enough how much love I have for the city of Baltimore, the fans, the organization, all of it. I looked on the schedule. I was like bummed a little bit that we won't go and play in Baltimore this year. But, a lot of love. And you guys know that. I've made it real clear how I feel about city, fans, organization, all of it. And and at the same time, I'm really grateful for the Pirates and this great opportunity I have for the next few years to play on that team and do my part to make them better. And we'll see what happens. We can still be friends. It's okay. We're in a different league. You know what I mean? Except for that 3-game series in April. Other than that, it's like, hey, we can root for each other, and I'll see you in the World Series maybe.
Ooh. And get it out of the way early. We just, 3 games in April, early April, and then it's root for each other the rest of the way. I will say, Ryan, obviously Kansas City not taking a shot at them, but you've had some now great ballparks. I mean, Camden Yards, then you go to San Diego, now PNC Park in Pittsburgh. You know how to pick them. I'll say some incredible venues. Are you excited to play there in just that beautiful stadium?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, I think if you ask any free agent, it's like that's a big factor. You don't want to sign up to play somewhere that you don't enjoy playing. And I hadn't played at PNC Ballpark a whole lot, but every time I play there, I'm leaving and I'm like, man, I like this place. It's a great place to hit. It's a great vibe. It's you got the beautiful backdrop. It's a great ballpark. And so I've been very fortunate. I played at 4 beautiful stadiums. Camden Yards is a little deep for my liking, and they've recently changed that. So I know some buddies that are on the Royals still that are excited about that. But I've been very lucky when it comes to places I get to call my home stadium, and Camden Yards is definitely right up there at the top of my list, and PNC as well. I mean, Petco Park, same thing. It's like it would be hard for me to rank them because like I really do. I enjoy. They're all a little bit different, but like all awesome in their own ways.
Was there ever a crappy day in San Diego? Because I feel like I would tune in to a Pirates game, and it's like, and here it is. It's a 78-degree game. It's sunny outside. It's a beautiful ballpark, and I was like, I see why people go to San Diego, and they're like, I'm cool with staying here. I'm cool with staying here.
Well, I mean, it's paradise. It's San Diego as a town, as a city, is just like absolutely beautiful. And then you roll out, play show catch with Manny Machado in front of 46,000 fans every night. It's hard to beat.
Good. Zach, you know what show catch is?
No.
So it's essentially you
Rip
go
knows.
out. Hey Ryan,
Rip, did you ever play show catch in Bowie?
Oh damn! Oh dude. No, hey, I don't think I had the stones back then to do that in Bowie. So Zach, what it is when you're going right out, right in front of the dugout, okay, and you're just like, hey, let's play a little catch. Is there a true reason? Maybe, but like, is it cool? Sure. Like, oh, Derek Jeter was doing that growing up. My dad, maybe did that a little bit.
Bingo.
It's like, do you need to do it? No, but like, damn, it kind of looks cool.
That looks very cool. I remember watching like Robbie Cano, like you said, Derek Jeter, just legends, just whipping the ball around in front of the dugout. Fans are locked in watching you play catch up close. I'm like, man, I want to do that. And I did it, a little bit in Kansas City, and I just remember thinking, man, I don't want to overthrow anybody because there's 50 people behind home plate. But yeah, you gotta be confident where you're throwing the ball. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's got to look nonchalant too. You can't.
Yeah, it's got to look easy.
Hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Manny. Manny's a beast. Talk about a guy that makes it look effortless at times. I wish I had that arm talent. Never had that arm talent, or that type of potential. Like that was the thing. You already play with the playoff atmosphere, but you really have. I think the part that's very valuable for you is experience, and not just experience on when things are good. It's been when things are bad, horse shit, contemplating everything when things are really going bad. And then also you got traded into an environment where you're pushing for the postseason. You already played in the postseason before that, right? So when you went out to San Diego, I think that was, I knew it was going to work out for you there, because you already knew what to expect. And I feel like those other guys, like Manny's been there and done that. Bogart's been there and done that. I mean, I feel like that's ultimately going to help you here. Pirates, there's a lot of guys that are looking for more of that experience, but is there one moment that you haven't really been in? I'm trying to even think about that now.
Well, I haven't
Besides, like,
made
not
it.
World Series, not like,
Right,
you know.
right. That's what I'm itching for. Obviously, I want to. I've been in the postseason the last 3 years, never made it past the second round or past the. Boy, did we make it to the DS in 23? But so that's in my mind, that's the next step, and experience definitely helps. When I got traded to San Diego, there was no doubt we were going to the postseason. We weren't in yet, but everybody knew. It's that belief. It's that believing how good you are, and you got to have some arrogance in this game to kind of carry you. And especially when you lose a few games, it's like, wait a minute, like we're good, and let's go do it instead of questioning like what's going on. So I mean, I don't have a ton of postseason experience. I'm not going to sit around and say that, but I have a little bit, and I think that helps. And like I said, it starts with that belief, man. It starts with that. You still got to go play the games, but if you don't believe you're going to go to the postseason, then nobody else is.
Damn right on that. This game, what I try to on my side here, right? Just like we just thank you for educating Zach on show catch. Like that was big. Like this is what we're trying to do.
Just educate.
Give
My
more
pleasure.
insight. Yeah.
Now he's going to be
like,
on the lookout for it for those boys playing show catch and.
I will be. I'm going to be. I'll walk through the stadium. I'll be like, oh, I know what's going on down there.
Just go look for Gunner and the polar bear playing catch in front of the dugout. And you'll be like, I know what that is.
Zach's gonna puff out his chest like, "Oh, they'll show catch." Oh, you're not
Little show catch.
aware? Yeah, you're not aware of that?
Yeah. Oh, you guys don't know what show catch is? Casuals.
Damn. Well, let me educate you. Hey, but on the other side of this, I always the context of the behind the scenes, right? So last year was so damn hard in Baltimore for so many reasons. I've talked about with you, I've talked about with Seti, Dino, Bradish, the guys I'm really close with. And the moments that I talk about with like character, and I tell people like, hey, it's not working out right now, but I know how these guys are. Like for me with Bradish and Dino, I've been sitting around maybe having some more tequila than I should when I was still playing.
Happens.
It's never too much, actually. I think it enhances your overall play. Different concept. My dad believed drinking beer while working out worked for him. I believe that tequila was my thing, Ryan. So
I get it.
I remember, so I would talk to Dino and Bradish and even Seti, and I talking about the game, talking about life. And I knew when things were shit was going to get tough, they're going to figure it out. What are some things then behind the scenes when you look back at whether the guys that you were with, where you feel really good that they're going to get back, or maybe is it a story that you hold with those guys that tells a little bit more about, I don't know, it's more inner workings behind the scenes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it just started off so bad. And when I look back on it, we just dug a hole. And I think when it goes like that, you got to find a way to like scratch a win out of a bad series and maybe win 1 out of 3 instead of getting swept. It just was like it just dug a hole. And to our credit, like nobody gave up. Nobody threw in the towel. We were trying to rally around each other, trying to realize, hey, we got time. And ultimately, we didn't get to where we wanted to, obviously. But, I credit the guys in the locker room for staying there. I credit Manso for rallying the boys, man. He was great. And sad when Hyde got fired, man, because I really enjoyed playing for him. It just, when you start off tough like that and, there were injuries and there were things like that. And maybe there wasn't enough depth in some areas to kind of carry us through. But, those are excuses. But, I think you just got to find a way to scratch and claw, and maybe you lose a few in a row. You show up, it's like, no, today's the day. We're going to figure out a way to win this ball game. Like, I don't care. And we had that eventually. I remember a 12 or 13 inning game where we won in Milwaukee. Finally, it was Manzo's first win as a manager, and I was just like, boys, today is the day. Like, whatever, I don't care. Just whatever we got to do to figure out a way to win this game today. But I think. finding any way to shift momentum. You got to continue to have fun. When things are going bad, you can't just be like, oh my gosh, we're depressed. And like, because those guys really care. And, so finding a way to whatever it takes to kind of right the ship and get the vibe going the other way. And then just as fast as it can go bad, it can go good. So, I mean, and realizing, you have time. I think the Orioles have done a good job of adding good players this offseason. I think, they got some guys back healthy. Like a healthy Kyle Bradish is like a game changer, in my opinion. Obviously, Trevor Rogers, what he did at the end of the year last year is special. Dean is solid as can be. You got Eflin back. His back is feeling better. Like, there's a lot of good things going on with the Orioles. Not to mention you sign a guy who hits 40-plus homers a year. Taylor Ward's a great player. So I think for O's fans, like, you got a lot to be excited about. I will say, like, when you have injuries and things and maybe guys come out of the gate and they're not playing as well as they potentially can be, and you're playing in the AL East against some of those monsters, you can get down quick and get buried. So I think that's kind of what got us last year.
Yeah. And, that is a part of it, and when things cycle and you get in your head and you're sitting there when you lose. So I tell people I've been on some pretty bad teams in the minor leagues. Actually, Buck Britton was my manager. And we started off 7-0, and we thought we were like the best team. We're like, well, boys are humming here.
We're not losing.
And then we sucked, and we lost a lot. And it's quickly how that changes. But then also, it's not that you don't care and not that you're going out there, but you have this feeling around like, shit, how can we get out of this? Things aren't going right. You're smacking your head against the wall. Two things I'll let you go. The first thing right here is for young hitters, because everyone has different ways. And the one thing I don't like to talk about with young hitters is mechanics and all that. Everyone, if you want to have your hands up here and you want to be able to move them around, like my dad had 15,000 stances, and good for him. It worked for him. But that's the beauty. It worked for young hitters. For you specifically, how did you get out of your head? What did you do? Was it I needed to get off the field, or if I'm looking at tape all the time and I'm going, damn, I think it's good. I'm going to go work on it. It doesn't feel right. You know what I'm talking about. It's like that mental. You're trying to get out of that mental block. Could you maybe explain your thought process a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'll say, for hitters, like, the only way is through. The only way is like continuing to grind, continuing to figure it out, putting that time and effort into the cage. And yes, mechanics matter. Like, I'm not going to lie and say they don't matter. Mechanics absolutely matter, but there also has to be that element of like, mechanics are over. My mechanical part of the day is over. Now I'm competing and I'm carrying that into the game. We did a lot of, I know me personally, when I start going through it, I'll do my mechanic stuff. I'll try to get there, get those as clean as possible. And then I'll go do a mix BP, like I'll have a hitting coach set up, 40 feet away, and I'll try to have him be whoever the pitcher is that night and like throw hard and spin breaking balls and throw changeups. And hey, like, we're competing. I always told myself I'll be ready, mentally I want to be ready to hit in the first inning with a man on third, less than 2 outs, and get that running. Like, you got to be there mentally, because you can take 500 swings all day thinking about your swing. But are you ready to take the balls and hit the strikes? Like, is your brain involved as far as competing wise? And, that's something that I had spoke up a little bit about in hitters meetings. Like, hey, mechanics is great. Let's finish that at like 2:00. And then let's get into that competition mode and find a way to put the ball in play and impact the game. Because, if you're standing up there with a man on third, less than 2 outs, and you're thinking about where my hands are, or am I down on time, and where are my hips going, and, all of that, like, we all know you're screwed. Like, the game is too hard. The pitchers are too good. I always thought, like, hey, man, it might not be pretty some days, but that's okay. You got to find a way to get it done. Get jammed for a single. I don't know. 15 hopper in the 4-hole. Like, put the ball in play and good things happen.
Who was it? Carlos Lee, if you remember El Caballo, the back growing up. One of the coaches in the minor leagues told us Carlos Lee's approach was guy on third, less than 2 outs, trying to hit this ball to the shortstop. And it's not that he would leave the yard a good amount of time or he'd get a base hit, but he simplified his thought. And I think for a lot of people, I knew you were going to say this, but it's always better you say it than me, is your brain and your mentality is going to ultimately lead you to what you need to do. Obviously, mechanics, you want to be fundamentally sound. You have to be, but you can get away more with having your mechanics feel off if your mind is in the right place than the other way around. You can have the best mechanics in the world, but if your mindset ain't there, you're screwed. Like that's the part of baseball that's maybe fair, unfair. You have to battle each night. And if you have the best batting practice in the world, it doesn't mean you're going to have the best game. Lord knows I had I'd put on some clinics. It felt like, the ball's leaving the seats. And then what I do, go 0 for 4, 3 punchies. You've probably done that a couple times.
Oh yeah. And vice versa. Sometimes you leave batting practice, you're like, what am I doing? And then you go out there and you get 3 knocks. But yeah, I could see you putting some balls in the seats. I know you got that 5 o'clock juice.
See, that's like that's like a backhanded compliment right there because Zach knows that phrase.
I do know that one.
That
5 o'clock hitter.
5 o'clock hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I forgive you. Hey, I think Zach wanted to follow up now.
Yeah, what you got?
Just about mindset, and you were talking about being prepared to hit, the first inning and the 9th inning. Especially at the beginning of your career, pinch hitting late in games and coming up in massive moments off the bench. How did you prepare throughout a game so that you were ready where, hey, I haven't been in this game for 7 innings, but the moment my number's called to go up there in a big moment, I know I have a good chance to come through. What was your mindset maybe throughout the game of staying ready so when your moment comes, you don't have to get ready?
Yeah, it's definitely a mindset, and it takes a while to figure out. Just, the behind-the-scenes stuff during the game, like making sure your body's loose, your body's ready, you're hitting maybe some machine or whatever during the game. And then after that, it becomes mental. Like, you know how to hit, and then you just got to go up there and, take the safety off. I always thought, if I went up there and took the first strike down the middle and, I was like, all right. But if I fouled it off, I'd be like, all right, I'm on this guy. You know what I mean? I had Dale Swain told me one time, it's not called pinch walking. Get up there and swing the bat, which I think is great advice. Obviously, you don't want to swing it, 2 balls in the dirt and then take, whatever. But taking the safety off, being ready to swing, being ready to make an impact the minute you get out there, and then trusting your talent and your ability to go out there and compete. You're up in that spot for a reason. And then, that's normal to have some anxiety, especially for a young player. That you're not in the game all day and then you come in a big situation and you got that little bit of anxiety. And I think, I got to the point where I enjoyed that. I was like, all right, here we go. I'm feeling maybe I'm a little jittery. I got energy. I'm about to, use this instead of be like, oh God, what's going on? No, that's a good thing. That's your body getting you ready to go make something happen.
It's not called pinch walking. It's a fantastic line.
Ain't called pinch walking.
Yeah, we got a Derry Bond shirt. We might need ain't called pinch walking.
It's a true statement.
Yes.
Look at you, man, spitting some bars and facts, man. Hey, I always thought you were that mentality you talk about. You definitely bring it into the game. I know you try to bring me down with the 5 o'clock juice. I'm all about
that was a cheap shot. I apologize for that one.
Hey, don't worry. I'll come down.
Please
I'll come down. I'll whoop your ass in Bradenton. Okay, I'll come on down.
I'll see you there.
Metaphorically,
take some batting practice.
You got, dude. I haven't taken BP in some time.
That would be a show,
dude. The OB would pop. Oblique would shatter.
Yeah. Well, the good news is you don't have to play the next day, so you're fine. Although it might affect the golf game, but
another couple shots of if I see bourbon up there or tequila, that's nothing. It won't fix. Hey, last thing then, because people nostalgic, you were hitting at some chords. We're talking about you play this game well, dude. I'm gonna talk to Kyle at the Iron Rooster tomorrow, and he's gonna probably sit there and go did you tell Ryan I say hi? He says hi, by the way.
Tell him I said hello, man. He's the best. We spent a lot of off days at the Iron Rooster.
Yeah, he is the best. He puts up with me, so that's a lot in my book. But give me a couple of your favorite memories in Baltimore. Not necessarily if you're going to go, oh, that was, well, we clinched the playoffs. If you want to be that cliche, dude, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. But is there a moment to you that you were like, damn, that was cool? I'll tell you one of my first things I'll say about my impression of you. You got called up and you were playing a day game. I believe it was a day game. And you had a single up the middle, not a big deal. Drove in a couple ribbies. I'm like, this guy's coming through. Look at this guy. The Royals gave him away for nothing. Thanks.
Yeah.
That was my initial thought. And then I went, oh, dude, this guy. And I talked to Dino, and he goes, dude, O'Hearn's the best. And I thought that was my first parts of it. I remember the hit, and I remember then Dino talking about just being a grade A dude. So you got any thoughts that pop up?
Yeah, I do, man. I remember that first day. I stayed at the Westin across the street, in the stadium, and my hotel room had a direct view of Camden Yards. So, and the lights were on like late. So I got in late from Norfolk, didn't sleep much, kept wake up, take a leak, check out the stadium. I was just couldn't be more excited, and didn't sleep much that night. Got there the next day, was lucky enough to get a few hits, and it was just good vibes from the start, man. I spent 3 years in on the pitcher side of the locker room next to Dean, because me and Dean were buddies, and we still are buddies, but we were locker mates, man. I enjoyed him, and for me, it's the people. I have so many people that I keep in contact with from that clubhouse and that locker room, whether it's coaches, staff, players, everybody really. It's nothing like showing up to a place that you enjoy going to work every day. Everybody's name in the building, things like that. The day I got traded, after the game, there was a bunch of guys who pulled up their chairs around my locker, and, we just kind of hashed it out. And we were like, man, this is it. What a ride it's been. And, love you boys. And so that's something that'll always stand out to me is, they took the time. Everybody could have went home and whatever, another guy got traded, but, we spent, maybe an hour after the game just hanging out in the locker room, and they all pulled up to my locker. So that was really special. Club O karaoke on the bus, man. I don't know if I should have let that out of the bag, but
Club O, dude. Oh, hey, how you doing?
A lot of good times traveling with the boys on the road. Just so many special people, and just that feeling of, there was a lot of stretches in 23 and 24 where it's like, man, we showed up and we were ready to kick some ass. And we knew we were beating some ass today. I don't care who's going out there against us. And that was really, really fun to be a part of. Late blood in, September, late August, September in 23, where we had, blood was in the water. We were like, we're coming for this division. We knew we had it. We had a couple big series against the Rays. Camden Yard was rocking. Man, those were just such good vibes, and it gives me chills thinking about it. I had a lot of fun on those teams. I got a framed AL East jersey the year we won it, and with all the boys from that team. And just the relationships. That's really the main thing. We won a lot of games. There's some cool moments running down the orange carpet, things like that. But for me, most of it has to do with the relationships. And, that's something that I will carry with me forever.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I tell people in this world, once you get in it, the fandom of it, of course, you want to win. Fans want to win. Players, believe me, they want to win. But when the jersey's off, there's moments that I will remember, but it's because of the people, right? That's why when people say, why are you, the Orioles, Ryan, you're from Baltimore, you want them to win. I go, actually, I got more of an affinity because of the boys. I've been with those guys in the locker room, and I want it so damn bad for them because I know how hard it is and then it's over. Then you move on, and then you got to be doing podcasts and shows like this, right? And I got to deal with Zach now, or Zach has to deal with me.
I don't know which way that is.
Yeah, but it's cool.
I will say there's nothing better than when a group of guys comes together, enjoys playing with each other, and the relationships develop throughout the season, and then everything clicks and the team plays well, and you feel like you can't lose, and then the city joins in and they realize how great the team is, and then it's just this big love affair where it's like the players want to win for the city, the fans want to support the team. We had that in 23, we win the East. We have a pre-playoff practice, and like 15,000 people show up to watch a practice. Like, those were really, really special times. Connecting with the city and the fans, and obviously doing it with a group of guys in the clubhouse that you enjoy doing it with. So I think for me, that's what it's all about.
And that's why you were beloved too by so many, is you mentioned like the relationship part. When the fans feel that you care, like they feel that, they're going to love you even more, because all that they want to feel that they're being recognized too. And I know it was frustrating as hell last year, but even through all of it, you made the teammates feel recognized. You made the fans feel appreciated. Everywhere you went, dude, your teammates embraced you. I always say it's by your peers. Being a good kid. I think I told you that's like that's my highest honor. Like, you're a good kid. You know that? We're the same age, same birthday, July 26, 93.
How wild is that? Yeah, same birthday.
Look at that, dude. Look at that. I'm
crazy.
not a parent yet.
I don't think I know anybody with the same birthday as me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone was to ask me that question, I would be like, you. That's the only guy I can think of.
So now that's going to happen. Trivia question that. And if you want a double trivia, growing up, Alex Rodriguez's birthday was the day after mine. So when we were in Texas, my dad's last year, and Alex got me a giant ass teddy bear, and I still it's in the studio. Is it still there?
Really?
Zach? Oh, he's gonna go get it. Yeah, it's still there.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's a camaraderie part, man. I miss that. I do miss that part.
Yeah, it's real, man.
It's real. Even the screeches that you did before the Padres game, that was you, right? The hug.
Yeah, it was me and Jason Adam. Well, you know where that came from? That was a have you ever seen those videos of like men's retreats where they just like let out their emotions?
Yes.
It'll be like 20 dudes like in a pool or something, or it's like raining and it's like 15 guys standing around a circle just like screaming at the top of their lungs, like letting out their man emotions. Jason and I were watching that. We thought it was the funniest thing, so we decided to let out our emotions before the game.
That makes it that much better. That's the reason why. Bravo. Oh, you know what? I'll be curious to see what you got, Rocket. I'll come down to spring training. I want to see what's cooking down there, because I'll be down in Sarasota. We're gonna go to Bradenton because it's right there. So I'll come bother you. I'm gonna go bother Seti in Port Charlotte now. Yeah.
All right. Perfect, man. I'm looking forward to it.
That's the bear, by the way.
Let me see it. Oh man, that's a big bear.
Yeah, it is a massive bear.
That is way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Wow.
Yeah. Every time we've put jerseys on it, it's been a hole. I'm trying to figure out what to do with a massive bear.
That's hilarious. He got you that.
If we get, you know what? I'll have to order a Hearn jersey. We'll put it on.
Oh,
dude, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate that.
Lock that in.
Yeah.
That's happening.
All right. Hey, Ryan, man, appreciate you. And enjoy the rest of your time. Gear up, because your season's about to. You got 3 weeks, and your life's back rolling again. I'm just proud of you, man. Keep doing all the great things you're doing. Congrats on parenthood, and go whoop some ass this year with Pittsburgh. All right.
Hey, really appreciate it, man. Genuinely enjoy coming on and talking to you guys for a little bit. So thank you so much, man. Y'all take care. I'll see you down in spring.